Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Vanard Lifts Dark and Darker video. Today, we're going to be talking about the important question: can you solo in Dark and Darker? And the question to that is not so simple. But first, to make that a little bit simpler, let's talk about something else in the game and about the gear and the gear disparity that's currently in the game. No, it is still in early access. Things are going to change a lot. So as you're watching my B-roll footage in the background here, you see, like, Vanard, you're soloing. You can solo in this game. And the answer, yeah, you kind of can, right? You definitely can. But your normal player, it's going to be very difficult. And let me tell you why. It's not just about skill ceiling and understanding the mechanics of the game. It's about the gear. With purple gear or higher, you are going to one-shot, two-shot most people very easily. With white and gray gear, it's going to be 7, 8, 9 shots. And, I mean, you got to really outplay somebody to lose that fight. Like, you should never lose a fight in purple or legendary gear to somebody, even if they're a better player, when they're in grays and whites. I've done many 0 to hero runs. I've done many geared runs. I've gone hours without dying in good gear. But right here is a prime example. I'm in all full purple gear. I misplay the hell out of this. This is such a bad fight. And spoiler alert, I don't die. It's 1v3. They're all around me. I take huge damage. I should be dead here. I'm getting chunked on by a barbarian, cleric, and a wizard. But I just won't die because I'm in purple gear. Like, it's just easy just taps all day long. Right here, prime example. This is starting fighter gear. And this is just an example. You're wasting time fighting mobs, 7, 8, 9 shots. You're making a ton of noise. People can come up behind you. It slows down the progression of the map. Right here, I think we're diving on a wizard. Watch this. Melee and a wizard. I'm a fighter in starting gear. Should be a kill, right? His melee with his staff did more damage than my fighting gear. Right here, I think I have a white rapier, I believe. This is a 1v3. This is a little bit exception. Like, I've had plenty of good undergeared fights, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you can't do it. I'm just saying a lot of people can't. These guys, unfortunately, were probably newer players, and I just came in on them at the right time and was kind of just able to win it as an experienced player. I was able to play all 3 playtests. Play a lot of Mountain Blade, Mortal Online, Darkfall. It's important to note here, too, guys, that I'm not talking about really so much about wizards here in particular, because wizards can really pretty much go in naked and absolutely destroy people. This is more about, especially the melee dependent classes in particular. And, like, obviously rangers and stuff with, like, good bows do just hit like a truck. But honestly, I'm not too worried about it. The game is on a weekend by weekend playtest schedule at the moment. It's coming back in December for a week long. Let's go. And the game is going to balance itself in many ways throughout all the classes they add. We got Bard coming next. We got Druids. You're gonna have friggin' bears in this dungeon. So honestly, to the devs, I'm not really too worried about it. But it is definitely to note, since this game does not have things like directional combat to really outplay somebody in a melee fight and just be like an absolute parry god. They're in a tough spot, to be honest, because the gear needs to be worth getting. It needs to be worth going down and killing the Lich or the Ghost boss or any future bosses and getting the good loot. But because if everybody just runs around in starting gear and owns the whole map, then why ever do anything other than just straight PvP all the time? So it's an interesting spot to see. But just how fast you can kill somebody and how hard you need to outplay somebody in bad gear as a melee-based character in particular, it's pretty large right now. So to sum up the video, yeah, you can absolutely solo. It's if you're newer, it can be kind of a miserable experience. And if you guys enjoyed this video, like, comment down below. You're gonna see more Dark and Darker footage, and I will be live streaming and much more Dark and Darker footage coming. Thanks for checking out the video, guys. I appreciate you all.